Hey there, and welcome to your First Alert Weather Plus forecast. I'm Chief Meteorologist Rachel Garceau. Let's talk about what is on the way. So the big headline for the end of the work week and the start of Mother's Day weekend is sizzling spring heat. It'll be much more like summertime heat. We could see some records challenged or even set both Friday and Saturday afternoons, and those will by far be the warmest days of 2025 so far. Come Mother's Day, we stay warm, but the winds of change will quite literally start blowing on Sunday ahead of a system that will send our temperatures plummeting on Monday, and we will stay cool, breezy, and just a bit unsettled through at least the middle of next week. So we go from summer to sweater weather over the span of several days. So as far as your yard work outlook goes, I know it's lawn mowing and garden planting season. I'm saying it's fair for those outdoor activities Friday and Saturday just because it's going to be so hot. So if you can avoid the heat of the day to do any strenuous outdoor work, that will be your best bet. Now come Sunday, things are looking good. Not quite as hot, will be a little bit breezy. Some clouds will come in. There is a chance of some precipitation, maybe a storm or two Sunday evening, but most of us won't be impacted by that. Come Monday, though, cooler, breezy, and that looks like our best chance of some showers here in the Boise area. That's coming our way on Monday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, still your best bets to get that outdoor yard work done. All right, our big weather setup for the next several days. Here's our sneak peek of summer being brought to us by this ridge of high pressure that remains our dominant weather feature through the first half of the day on Sunday. This is a system that we're watching that will bring us that weather whiplash early next week, those plummeting temperatures and just the generally unsettled weather. So here's your weekend outlook for the Boise area. We go from 90 degrees on Saturday. That's within 2 degrees of a record high in Boise, unusually warm for early May. Still at 85 on Mother's Day, but again, this is what we're watching late in the day. Some showers and storms become possible, not likely for most areas, but possible. So brunch, lunch on the patio for mom, looking great. By dinner time, you just may want to keep an eye on the sky as we could have some of those storms developing later in the day. Let's walk through what that looks like as far as our upper level pattern goes. So here we are on Saturday, hottest day of the extended period, though Friday will be almost identical. By Sunday, we already see the leading edge of this system coming in. The cold front is expected to come in late Sunday evening into the early morning hours of Monday, and then this big pool of cool air comes in behind it as this system drops to the south and then moves to the east. This will impact almost the entire west. Cool temperatures on deck from Monday through Tuesday, Wednesday, possibly hanging on into Thursday as this system slowly exits. Then it looks like after Thursday, we see another ridge of high pressure coming in that will take us back into sunnier, drier, more settled conditions, though I'm not seeing any upper 80s or 90s in our forecast for quite some time. So if you love the summer-like heat, the next couple of days will be for you. If you like it a little bit cooler, next week is your cup of tea. And hey, if you're like me and you love mid 70s, that's kind of your sweet spot. I think the following weekend, the weekend after Mother's Day, will be beautiful if this trend holds. We'll be back into the mid 70s, much more seasonal for the middle of May. Low temperatures in the morning, they will drop as well. Something to be mindful of. Saturday morning, we'll wake up to 60 degrees. That's our low. But for most of the week next week, we'll see those lows hovering in the mid 40s. That's about on par with normal, but still with some wind and play at times. You will definitely want to grab the extra layer if you're headed out early in the mornings next week, as it'll be just a bit chilly. Let's talk about what's happening across the country for the next several days. We have some stormy conditions expected across the south on Friday, possibly and likely hanging on into Saturday, the start of the weekend. So the southeast, northern Florida, places like Atlanta, Georgia, seeing some stormy activity. We're still pretty uneventful across the west, but as we know, that is going to change. So as we fast forward through Sunday on into Monday, we see those storms expanding to cover much of the south. Midsection of the country on Monday, pretty quiet. There's our system. You can see it's not very organized. We won't see a ton of precipitation, and precip chances do favor the mountains, but I do think Monday we'll see some splash and dash type showers across the Treasure Valley. So let's keep this rolling ahead into Tuesday and Wednesday. We see those storms moving towards the east coast. Most of the country starts drying out with some sunshine for the Midwest. This is what we're watching, though, next week. week. For the middle of the week, there's a chance in portions of our central mountains to the east of the Boise area and up into Montana, parts of Yellowstone as well. Could see some high elevation snow. We will see snow levels dropping early next week to about 6,000 feet. So not expecting big accumulations, but still considering we're talking about record-setting heat in the Treasure Valley on Saturday and then the possibility of some light snow. That just tells you that's Idaho weather, right? If you don't like it, just wait a day or two. And then as we head towards Thursday, it looks like we're still unsettled in New England, but the southern half of the country looking pretty quiet, and we'll start quieting as well across the Pacific Northwest. So forecast high temperatures. I wanted to show you some of this. We're talking about, again, up near 90 for our neck of the woods. In Boise on Friday will be warmer than Miami Friday afternoon. Pretty pleasant in places like Bismarck, North Dakota at 79 degrees. As we fast forward to Monday, well, we see those temperatures flip and drop in such dramatic fashion for us. Look at Bismarck, 93 degrees. It'll be 91 in Minneapolis on Monday. This is a heat wave as all of that warmth that we were experiencing shifts to the east, and that will allow, again, that cooler weather to come in for us. All right, let's talk about your 7-day forecast. We'll start in the west central mountains. You can see that what we're seeing here in the Treasure Valley will be mirrored up in the mountains, but of course quite a bit cooler. So Friday, Saturday in places like McCall, mid-70s. Clouds on the increase on Sunday. Mother's Day will drop to the mid-60s. We do expect rain showers across our central mountain locations on Monday. Again, potentially, especially by Tuesday morning. There's a possibility of some snow above that 6,000-foot mark. Not a ton of sunshine for our higher elevations next week, and those highs moderate in just the mid-50s with morning lows down into the 30s for most of the work week. Looking to the Magic Valley, it looks like record highs are likely and possible Friday and Saturday. Most likely Saturday. Twin Falls, your record high for Saturday, it's May 10th, is 81 degrees. We'll likely shatter that as my forecast high for you is 89 on Saturday. 82 for Mother's Day on Sunday, still really pleasant, but we will have rounds of wind to contend with off and on all the way into next week. And look at this, by Tuesday, Twin Falls high temperature only 59 degrees. We do keep some shower chances in play from Sunday evening all the way through Wednesday. Again, no washouts here. I think we'll enjoy many more dry hours during the day, but still just a good week to keep the jacket handy and maybe tuck the umbrella under the front seat of the car in case you need it. All right, let's talk about your 7-day outlook for the Boise area. We talked about the scorching heat for Saturday. We talked about Mother's Day. Here's what's coming in next week. Best chances of showers looks to be on Monday, but we do carry shower chances through Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll have that wind coming and going as we just stay a little bit unsettled for the work week. On Thursday, the clouds clear out and temperatures will start to warm. That will take us back to 70 degrees next Thursday, with those mid-70s expected by the following weekend. Thanks so much for tuning in to your First Alert Weather Plus forecast. We'll see you next time.